text, I don't think, at least I always appreciate its claim. Jesus is claiming to be life after death. The very foundation and center of that reality. We're not talking about getting better from some illness or even raising a dead man from the dead, knowing that he will die again when he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. I know of no one else who could blunt honesty. And what took place on the cross and that first Easter morning when his tomb was found empty, that we realized everything he said was absolutely true. And it's because of that truth that we can rejoice with family, knowing that today she is now in the presence of the one who made those claims. We're not just trying to cover over grief and sorrow. We're looking at reality that Jesus said. I could not stand before you this day and say Dorothy is in heaven unless Jesus had made those bold, blunt claims. For she is now in the very presence of the one who made those claims. She believed in Jesus. She was not perfect, none of us are. And maybe that's why she did. She trusted him for her life, not only here, but forever. And because of that belief, Jesus promised that she would never die. Those are his words. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And so she lives forever with him. If she could stand before us this day, I wonder what she would say to us. She'd probably say, it's all right, Blake. But you know, I wish that guy in Calvary Chapel preached it. If you've never by faith believed in him, this is the day. Because take it from me, tomorrow there are no guarantees. You may not even be here. It was just a week ago that Dorothy woke up, maybe asking Richard, I don't think that day because it was a warm day, and having no idea that a few hours later she'd have a massive stroke that would lead to her death just 2 days after that. I'm not here to scare anybody. But Dorothy would want me to say to you, in memory of her, if she's taught you anything at all, she would want you to learn from her life, to not assume upon this life. And if there's ever a time to make a decision for Jesus, to believe those bold faith claims, then this is the day. We see more than anything else, Dorothy wanted her family and friends to believe in Jesus, as she did back in 1956. But even Dorothy knew that in her boldness and bluntness, that alone would not convince anybody. But it must be a personal decision made by every individual. And so I invite you, not because of Dorothy's sake, her security is firm, but for your sake. Will you not embrace this Jesus who made those bold claims? I am the resurrection and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. He who believes in me will live even though he dies, and whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Let's pray. Start if you want. Not showing anything.